Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain another type of radar which is called tracking radar. So this tracking radar is used for finding the trajectory or the future location of the targets. The radars, whatever we discussed the previous videos so far, are search radars. That means they are actually used to search the targets in the vicinity of the radar, or they are also called surveillance radars. Now, in the tracking radar, we actually track the targets in terms of range, in terms of Doppler frequency, in terms of velocity, or in terms of the angle, the two coordinates of the angle, such as elevation angle and the azimuth angle. Now, what is exactly the tracking radar is and the types of tracking radars. So that we will understand in this video. And in my next video, I will explain different types of method used to track the radars, track the targets. Now, so as I told here, so the information what we can get from the tracking radars of a target. So this is a target, this is the radar, antenna you can say. This is the beam width of this is the radiation pattern of the antenna with certain beam width. What we can find is we can find out the location by using search radars, and the azimuth angle, elevation angle, range, all these things we can calculate by using the tracking radars. We track in terms of range after finding the range, elevation angle, or maybe the azimuth angle. We can also calculate the radial velocity, radial acceleration, or rotation of the targets. So these are the parameters what we can estimate by using the tracking functions. Now, these tracking radars should use antennas. More commonly, we use a parabolic reflector type of antenna. And this antenna should have a pencil beam radiation pattern. A pencil beam means a very, very narrow beam width radiation pattern. As you can see over here, it's 3 to 4 degree of beam width what we have. So we can track the targets by using such a pencil beam radiation pattern of the antenna. Now, as I told earlier, we can measure the coordinates such as r, that is range, theta and phi, maybe the two coordinates, azimuth angle and the elevation angle, or we can provide the data such as the Doppler frequencies, radial velocities we can find out, and in terms of that we can track the targets. Okay, and by using all these parameters, we can measure what is the future position of the target. So, what is the use of this? What is the use and what is the application of this tracking radar? The tracking radar is actually used in the military or civilian purpose. In the military, where we track the targets or enemy's objects, say aircraft, missile, or whatever, and we guide or we launch our missile to hit the objects. Or in the air traffic control, that is ATC, normally the civilian purpose, these tracking radars can be used for safely landing of the aircrafts. Now, what are the different types of tracking radars? So basically we can classify into two types. One is called STT radar, the other one is called MTT radar. Now this STT radar stands for single target tracking radar. The second one is MTT, multiple target tracking radars. Under again that MTT we have something called ADT, that is automatic detection and tracking, phased array radar tracking, and third one is tracking while scan kind of radar. So all these three are multiple target tracking radars. As the name suggesting, it will track multiple targets at the same time. The first one, single target tracking radar, will target or track only a single target at a particular instant of time. So these are the types. Now we will understand these types of tracking radars one by one briefly. Now the first one is single target tracking radars. Now what is this single target tracking radar? As I told earlier, it is used to track only the single target, and it will track at a relatively very high speed data rate, and basically it actually uses 10 observations per second. 10 observations per second is very required for kind of military guided missile weapon control radars. For tracking purpose accurately, 10 observations per second is required of target. Now, the antenna, what exactly, the technique, what exactly these tracking radars, all the single target or maybe multiple target, the technique what they use actually is they somehow find out what is the error signal is. Now, how to find that error signal and all by using the antenna beam or a radiation pattern. We will see that. I'll explain that a bit later. So, error signal, it will find some error signal, and based on the error signal voltage, it will track the targets. And in this STT, it actually uses something called as a closed loop servo system. So this servo system is used to rotate the antenna. Closed loop servo system means now whatever the tracking data we get from the radar will be processed, and automatically this processed data is actually used to move or rotate the antenna in the direction of the target. That is called closed loop servo system by using the tracking radar data. So by using that, we will keep the error signal small. That means the accuracy or accurately we can find the or we can track the targets. This is briefly about single target tracking radars. Now second one is automatic detection and track radar. In the automatic detection and track radar, as the name suggesting, it is detection, that is surveillance, as well as tracking. Both are actually done in this type of radars. So it's a tracking is just a part of the surveillance or detection. Now, the difference between this type of radar and the previous one is, it is low speed or low data rate tracking radar compared to STT. Because the rate at which tracking happens, it depends upon the time what it takes to rotate the antenna in one complete rotation. So if the rotation is small, then the rate will be less. If the antenna time taken is more, speed is less. So time of the antenna to have a one rotation decides the data rate. So basically you can see that it is slower compared to the STT. But the advantage is it can simultaneously track large number of targets because it's a type of multiple target tracking radar. So we can track multiple targets by using this. So it has got advantage and disadvantage over the previous one, that is STT. Now the next one is, before going there, so one more difference actually here is it is an open loop system. That means it is not closed loop. STT is a closed loop. So that means here we in this type of radar, the processed data or the tracking data whatever we get is actually not used to change the direction of the antenna in the target's direction. It's not used as in the case of STT. The next one is phased array radar tracking, the third one. Now in this case, what exactly we are doing is, so we actually use again a large number of targets we can track at the same time because it's a multiple tracking kind of radar. And the advantage here is compared to the previous one, that is ADT, it does it in a high data rate. And this high data rate we can achieve by using electronically steered array antennas, phased array antennas. So that means, I think you might have know what is the phased array antenna is. And this phased array antenna steered or the signals are applied to this phased array antenna in a different phase for a multiple array antennas electronically. So that means speed actually increases in this particular method over the ADT. Now, the multiple targets are actually tracked on the time sharing basis under the computer control. So one time sharing option is actually used here. So a signal is given to the one phase antenna, and the second phase, the third antenna. Group of antennas are actually used over here, and they are steered electronically. Now, the advantage of this phased array antenna is it actually combines the advantages of both STT as well as ADT. So the advantage of STT is high data rate. The advantage of ADT is tracking the multiple targets. So both is possible by using phased array radar tracking radars. But the disadvantage is it is costlier. The last one is track while scan. Basically, it's as the name suggesting, track as well, scan as well as track at the same time, tracking while scanning. So it is data rate is moderate here. This is basically in the in the earlier days, the track while scan is actually called as ADT only. So both are almost same, I can say. So what is the purpose of using this track while scan kind of radars? It is used for air defense purpose, aircraft landing purpose, in some airborne intercept radars to track the multiple targets. Airborne intercept radars means the radars are used in the aircraft itself and tracking the multiple targets in the sky while flying. So these are the different types of tracking radars. Now, briefly to to summarize the different types here. So STT continuously tracks a single target at the very high speed. Example is weapon control radar. The second one is ADT, low data rate, but it is useful in the military and civilian purpose for ASR, that is air surveillance radar. The third one is phased array radar, high data rate, electronically steered, time sharing basis it is used. The type example is air defense weapon radar system, which is called MOTR, is one of the example which I will show you in the next slide. TWS, tracking while scanning radar. Data rate is moderate, but example is aircraft landing radar, airborne radars, you can see. Okay. These are the few examples. Air surveillance radar, TRADEX is another example. MOTR is a type of ADT type of radar, this one. One more example, which I picked up from the textbook. Skolnik. It's another type of radar with these are the features of this particular radar with accuracy of 0.01 millimeter tracking accuracy. This is another one, ARPA type of radar, long range tracking and instrumentation radar. It's called ALPAIR. These are the features of this type of radar. Now, what is the method used by these radars? Tracking radars to get the error signal. That's it. Some error signals are required actually to decide in which direction the antenna has to be rotated and to track in that particular direction. Now, before going into that, as I told earlier, the beam shape should be pencil beam shape because it has to track a few targets in a particular direction, not searching. Searching radars will have a very wide beam width. Tracking radars will have a very narrow beam width to provide a high accuracy, narrow beam. So this is the example of that pencil beam. Okay, for tracking radars, this is what actually required. Line of sight axis, that is also called radar tracking axis. Now, usually while tracking the targets, we need two beams, radiation, the beams in the two positions actually to get the error signal. So, with example, I'll tell you that next. This overlapping point here, this point is actually called as bore sight direction or a bore sight point. The overlapping or a coinciding point of the two beams. This is a line of sight of the tracking radar, you can say, LOS. Fine. Now, if the target is being on the LOS, now just look at this, the bore sight direction I told, my target is in the bore sight of the tracking axis. There are two beams, I said, you can use more than two beams also to get a very high accuracy. It's like in one type of radar, monopulse tracking radar, more than two beams are actually used. So there's a two beam positions and my target is in the axis, tracking axis or a bore sight of the tracking radar. Now in such cases, the signal given by the two beams will have a same amplitude. Now if the target is present near to this or maybe near to this, depending on that, we will get the amplitude level. So based on that, I can calculate the difference between this and the error signal. See now, if the target is in the beam position A, so that means it will produce, this beam will return more amplitude compared to this particular beam, this beam 2 or B, beam position B. So this amplitude is more, this amplitude is less. So based on the error signal, I have to rotate my antenna in that particular direction to track the target. Now, as I told earlier, we can track the targets in terms of angle, in terms of range, in terms of Doppler frequency, radial velocity, different parameters of the target. But angle tracking is most often used and it is covered in the textbook. Now, what is angle tracking is. Now again, the same two, the beam positions I have shown here, both side direction also I have shown. Theta naught is the angle at the, this is angle axis, and bore side. Theta naught is the angle at the bore side. Theta t is the target angle, I can say. Theta t is a target angle. Now, we are using a simple beam, pencil beam type of radiation pattern. I said, as I told earlier, two beam positions or the beams are actually required to get the error signal and to decide which direction we have to rotate the antenna. Two different beam positions are actually required here. Okay, and these two beam positions are overlapped, or you can say squinted or offset in the offset position. A squinting angle is, let us say that plus or minus theta q. It is relative to the bore side of the tracking radar. So two beam shapes are actually squinted here, or when we are sending the signals, they are offset by, the antenna is offset by certain angle theta q. Okay, so this is important. When the tracking radar has to position the two beams so that theta naught equal to theta t. So we have to adjust the antenna position such that this theta naught should be equal to theta t, that is the target angle. So when that happens, the amplitude given by both will be equal. When I subtract, let us say, the error signal will be 0, right? As I showed here, if these two are equal, then I subtract, the error signal is 0. In that case, the direction of, no need of moving the direction of the antenna. So that's how the tracking in terms of angle is done. Now just look at this diagram again. My target is in this position. It is in the beam shape P. So that means the amplitude AB is the amplitude. So amplitude what we get from this beam position B is more compared to beam position A. In this case, amplitude of beam shape A and B is equal in the bore side direction. So that is the important point we have to notice here. So these things are all I explained already. So I'll skip this. So again, depending on how we track, okay, and how these beams, two beams or maybe multiple beams are generated in the tracking radars. We have two different types, or basically, yeah, we can say two different types and subdivisions. That's all I can say. So yeah, early tracking radars used a single time shared beam. That means the same one antenna is used and it is shifted in two directions in a time shared pattern. So that was not very accurate. Examples for such type of tracking radars are conical scanning and sequential lobing tracking radars. In these two methods, conical scanning and sequential lobing, the beam shape is shifted on a time shared basis by using single antenna. So it is not accurate. Now second case where the antenna feeding mechanism is such that multiple, more than say two, maybe three, maybe four simultaneous beams usually gives an accurate answer. So beams are generated by using some feeding mechanism to the antenna. Such type of tracking radars are called simultaneous lobing tracking radars, or it is also called monopulse tracking radars. Okay, now, so in this video, what I explained is what is tracking radar, different types of tracking radars, STT, MTT, and angle tracking. That means tracking the radar in terms of angle. These things we discussed in this particular video. In the next video, I will explain monopulse tracking radars. Thank you for watching this video.